And these are facts. First hard fact of the day: Abo Madagascar, no day work. The Malagasy Health Ministry is appealing for assistance from the international community, including the WHO, which the country previously said it was pulling out from. Why is this happening? Because their hospitals are now overwhelmed with COVID 19 cases. Hospitals cannot handle the spread anymore. But the presidency is angry with the health ministry because they went outside to look for help. Remember, the president is the one that is promoting COVID organics, the herbal remedy, even though the medical association there said that COVID organics has not been tested and we don't use it, right? So all of you that were dragging me for not believing in Madagascar ham markets, yeah, I'm enjoying this particular one. I'm not enjoying that people are dying. I'm just enjoying that I was right and you were silly. But let's come home here. Market is good for Eyitayo Jegede, the former Ondo State Attorney General. He just won the PDP Guba ticket yesterday. He beat Abola Ajayi, the deputy governor who just defected from the APC to the PDP to contest. So I guess Ajayi wasn't as lucky as Obaseki in Edo State. So that means that the Ondo election is between Jegede and the incumbent Rotimi Akeredolu, right? So we're going to keep our eye on that particular story. It's a rematch from the previous election, actually, between Jegede and the incumbent. It's also a rematch from the previous election. Same thing that's happening in Edo State. Now, I'll be covering that story right here on Hard Facts for all 630,000 of you. But today, I'm going to be giving you the big three. Let's talk about the FIRS saying that Nigerians should pay 6% stamp duty on tenancy agreements. That's house rent. Yeah, you want to hear this story. Nigerians are not very pleased on social media anyway. Then we're going to talk about Akpabio saying that he never said lawmakers are collecting NDDC contracts. That's right. And then let's talk about police officers in Ibadan videoing themselves sexually harassing a woman that they found while making an arrest of somebody else. Now remember, you can tweet at us on Nigeria Info FM on Twitter. That's our Twitter handle, at Nigeria Info FM on Twitter. We are on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. We also have, YouTube, where we're streaming this show live. And some of the footage that you'll be hearing on the show today, you can also watch when you tune into live streams. Facebook, YouTube, Nigeria Info 99.3 Lagos. It's Thursday, so we're bringing you Eyewitness as always. This is where we let you take over. We turn our spotlight to the stories that you care about, that you think we should be covering. And we also have League of Extraordinary Nigerians coming your way. On today's Big Hard Fact, let's talk about welfare and equipping of army personnel. We've seen lots of videos recently of soldiers complaining about the conditions that they face. But the army says that things are at an all-time high. So we're going to be talking to Army spokesperson Colonel Sagia Musa about it. Of course, we've got news updates at the top of every hour. You have to listen to every minute so that you can get a chance to play just a minute. But let's get started with the big three.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three.
On Hard Facts.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
How do you feel about paying 6% stamp duty on rent? Did Akpabio accuse the lawmakers or not? And our final question for the show: why is sexual harassment so rampant in the police? Those are your big three. Let's talk. Our first story: from now on, when you pay your rent, you'll pay an extra 6% to the government as stamp duty. That's the instruction from the FIRS. Before your tenancy agreement becomes legally binding, it will need a stamp from the FIRS, and that stamp will cost you 6% of the value of the rent. So now you're going to be paying 5% legal or 10% agency or 5% agency, and you now add on top of all those ones 6% stamp duty. And I want to hear your thoughts. On Twitter, they're already shouting. People are not impressed with this new policy at all. Now, I want us to put this in a bit of context. In the last few weeks, the federal government has been looking for all kinds of ways to raise its revenues. I've told you here more than once about how crude oil revenue has dropped, and government doesn't have enough money to fund its already underfunded budget. So the solutions are to borrow more and to raise more revenue. On the revenue side, government seems ready to tax anything that moves or breathes. And the new favorite tax of the FIRS seems to be this stamp duty thing. We've already seen them add a stamp duty to bank transfers and POS transactions. They also now announced that there's a stamp duty on WhatsApp messages that are used to acknowledge a payment. Let me explain. Let's say I buy a book from you, and I transfer you the money. And then you send me a WhatsApp message like, thanks, I've received it. According to the FIRS, that message is a receipt and I should pay them stamp duty for it. Now, of course, the big question is, how are they going to enforce that one? Because WhatsApp has end-to-end encryption. Only the people in the chat can see the chat. Even WhatsApp itself cannot see our chat. So how will FIRS know what we said? But this one called house rent, forget that WhatsApp one first. This house rent one, this one, they can see it. Because you have to take the agreement to court to be registered. And the court will not accept it unless it has the FIRS stamp. And you will not get that FIRS stamp unless you pay your 6% upfront. So what do you think about that? I especially want to hear from landlords today. Landlords, everybody, almost everybody who will call me today is probably a tenant, but I would really love to hear from landlords as well. What do you think about this stamp duty matter? What do you think about the amount being assessed as stamp duty? 6%. Imagine for those people that live where they're paying 500,000 or 300,000 or 200,000 or 1.5 million, 2.5 million and above and above. 6%. Some people are saying that it should be a lower percentage or maybe a flat rate. What do you think? But away from all of that, there's also a bigger question being asked. Why? Nigerians are asking how government justifies charging them more taxes. Because there's a question about whether government has used the current taxes and other revenues like oil royalties wisely. And I don't mean this administration, not the Buhari administration or the Sanwo-Olu administration. I mean government after government. If government had used previous revenues wisely, would we be in a situation where they suddenly need to put a 6% stamp duty on rent? Now, of course, there's a flip side to that coin, right? During the independence movement in the United States, they had a slogan: no taxation without representation. The idea is when people pay tax, they demand that government works for them. So maybe one of the reasons that Nigerians don't actually demand better governance is that governance is usually paid for by oil and loans, not our sweat and our taxes. Because think about it. You don't let your phone company get away with nonsense. After you pay for your airtime, if they don't credit you, you shout. Same with your bank. And you don't get tired of shouting until they credit you. But the same people who demand service that they paid for from private companies don't really make demands from government. And so I want to know if being forced to pay high taxes will make people start shouting at government more and demanding better governance. What do you think? 0700 993 993 993 0700 993 993 993. This stamp duty of a thing, 6% on tenancy agreements. What do you think about it? How is it going to affect you? Are you a landlord? Are you a tenant? And do you think that if Nigerians are forced to pay more, much higher taxes, they're going to become more aggressive with government, more demanding, more insistent on good governance and service delivery? 0700-993-993. You can send us a WhatsApp message. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. 080-959-75805. Chuka is in Ikorodu. Chuka, hello. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
Very well. Welcome.
Okay. To the issue of today, it seems as if the government is not even listening to the plight of the Nigerian people. Now, look at the situation in Nigeria. If you want to rent a house, first of all, you have to pay what they call agent agreement and then damages fee, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That one is a separate fee that you have to pay before the house rent itself.
Maintenance fee.
Now, today we have the issue of COVID-19, the lockdown and everything, and economic meltdown. I've been listening to the station since morning, and I've heard a couple of people calling for help, for financial help. Now, you would know that everywhere around the world today, people are having problems. And other governments in other countries are trying to do things to alleviate the problem the people are facing in their own country. But in Nigeria, what we are seeing is the federal government bringing out something to worsen the situation of the citizens, which is very bad. We are talking about how to pay our house rent, and what the FIRS will bring out is to, add more things to what we usually pay, which is very bad. We are even looking for how to get money for paying our house rent now. So when they now worsen it, what do you expect the citizen to do? That's very bad of them. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you for calling to make it 99.3. Good to have you on the show. Go ahead.
Okay. Concerning the topic you are on, the problem we have is in this Nigeria is that, I don't know, Nigeria are two presidents for everything. Government can walk away with anything they do in this country. So
do you think that now that you yourself you're going to start paying 6% extra on your rent, you're going to demand more? Do you think so?
Of course now, because nobody wants to die, nobody wants to talk.
Okay. I don't think you understood my question. Now that let's say before that you didn't used to pay tax, but now if you pay rent, you must pay that tax. Is it going to make you more willing to demand for better governance?
But I don't think I'm going to pay it.
I see. How do you think you're going to get away with not paying it?
Whatever be the case, if it's by violence, anywhere at all.
By violence, he says. All right. Please don't do violence. Thank you very much. If it's by violence, whatever it takes, he says, I'm not going to pay it. Ruben, hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. I just can't wait for the federal government to start taxing every step we take, every move we make, and even the air we breathe. Since we have decided to move in this country, we have decided to keep quiet and allow them to mess us up. Are they not the ones that are supposed to pay us? No, we're not the one paying them. So since we have decided to keep quiet and move, there's no problem. Let's continue to suffer.
I see. Since we've decided to keep quiet, they should tax us and go. All right. Not the reaction that I expected to hear, but interesting reaction. So the first person says, I will not pay it, even if it's by violence. Second person says, I hope they tax everything until we decide to speak out. So there's no consensus on whether or not we are going to start to demand better service delivery. It's just that, we didn't do it. Wait till again, we'll go feed do. Very interesting. 19 minutes past 3. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. If you just joined us, from now on, when you pay your rent, you're going to pay an extra 6% to the government as stamp duty. If you are a landlord or a tenant, how do you feel about that? Because now, aside your legal 5% or your 5% or 10% agency or your maintenance fee, you're also going to pay 6% for stamp duty. How do you feel about that? We've got Babalola in Ijegun. Hello, Babalola.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
Yeah, concerning the issue on gun, it is highly unexpected of the federal government at this point in time when things are relatively too, I don't know how to put it. A responsible government, as the first caller had attested to, they are creating palliatives and measures to alleviate the effects of the COVID-19 on their citizenry. But here, what do we have?
Yeah, but COVID-19 has also affected them. COVID-19 means that they're not making as much money as they used to, and they have a lot of debt to pay.
What is the essence of governance?
So they also have to raise money, is my point. And one of the ways that they can raise money is what they're doing at the moment.
You did not attend to my question. I said, what is the essence of governance?
What do you think is the essence of governance?
Thanks. Perhaps you and I know the basic essence of governance is the protection of both humans, every citizen of this country, both economically and socially and even psychologically. Am I on?
Yes, you're on. I'm listening to you.
Yes. But even psychologically, it is the responsibility of the government to ensure that its citizens are protected, well protected of at every point in time. And coming to add to our burden, I'm very sorry. It won't go well. And it won't, nobody, I repeat, nobody will be in his right sense will be ready to pay for any additional tax burden as it is now.
I see.
Good day.
Good day. Thank you, Babalola, for calling us. Okay. Well, let's move you to our second story. Godswill Akpabio says he never said lawmakers had most NDDC contracts. That's our shocking second story. On Tuesday, we talked about Akpabio's appearance before the House of Reps panel investigating the NDDC, right? And at a point, he was asked about lots of payments that the NDDC was suddenly making, right? And he clearly, very clearly said this.
Niger Delta Development Commission, because of the fact that we are doing forensic audit, the NDDC plays a vital role in ensuring the peace and security of the region. And 90% or more of the resources of the country on a monthly basis comes from there. If you close it down in totality, all you have will be chaos. And you have a lot of, not just militancy, but you have a lot of insurrection. So it is important that people who have gone to court, people who genuinely did jobs, should be paid for their jobs. So for me, I'm not against it because, of course, who are even the greatest beneficiaries? It's you people now. Okay. Because if you look at your chairman,
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, that's okay. That's okay.
Can I
ask you that question? What is the benefit that the National Assembly is benefiting from? It's okay.
Are you asking me the benefit of National Assembly?
Yes, you just said.
I just told you that we have record to show that most of the contracts in NDDC are given out to members of National Assembly, but you don't know about it.
It's okay.
It's okay. The two chairmen can explain to you. That is why I was a member. I was a member of the NDDC committee.
It's okay. Wait, you were a member of the NDDC and lot of you were a member of the NDDC in the 8th Assembly, and are you telling me that lots of jobs were awarded to you as a member?
No, this is a problem. That's why I said you must.
Then you have the right to accuse people. Then why can't you bring up
can you
people
listen to me? One of the chairmen
if
also.
you were not awarded a contract, then why are you coming here that you are aware that you were a member of the NDDC and lots of contracts were awarded to you? You said I'm not aware. I'm telling you that. Bring up those names.
May I inform my honorable sister that is why we have to change.
Honorable Minister, please. It's okay. That is okay. That is okay.
But let me explain.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Let me explain.
It's okay.
Now.
It's okay.
You must not allow the two chairmen
to
handle the budget every
It's
year.
okay. Up your mic. It's okay.
She
Off your
right.
mic, Honorable Minister.
You are like me. I was a member like you. I did not know what was going on.
Honorable Minister.
Yes,
it's
Mr.
okay.
Chairman, yes, Chairman.
You guys sit down. Sit down. It's okay. Coco.
Niger Delta Development Commission, because of the fact that we are doing forensic audit, the NDDC plays a vital role in ensuring the peace and security of the region. And 90% or more of the resources of the country on a monthly basis comes from there. If you close it down in totality, all you have will be chaos. And you have a lot of, not just militancy, but you have a lot of insurrection. So it is important that people who have gone to court, people who genuinely did jobs, should be paid for their jobs. So for me, I'm not against it because, of course, who are even the greatest beneficiaries? It's you people now.
Okay.
Because if you look at your chairman,
Okay, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, that's okay. That's okay.
No, can I ask you that question? What is the benefit that the National Assembly is benefiting from?
It's okay.
Are you asking me the benefit of National Assembly?
Yes, you just said.
I just told you that we have record to show that most of the contracts in NDDC are given out to members of National Assembly, but you don't know about it.
It's okay.
It's okay. The two chairmen can explain to you. That is why I was a member. I was a member of the NDDC committee.
It's okay.
Wait, you were a member of the NDDC and lot of you were a member of the NDDC in the 8th Assembly, and are you telling me that lots of jobs were awarded to you as a member?
No, this is a problem. That's why I said you must.
Then you have the right to accuse people. Then why can't you bring up
can you
people
please
that?
listen to me? One of the chairmen
If
also.
you were not awarded a contract, then why are you coming here that you are aware that you were a member of the NDDC and lots of contracts were awarded to you? You said I'm not aware. I'm telling you that. Bring up those dates.
May I inform my honorable sister that is why we have to change.
Immediately after this hearing, the House Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila gave Akpabio 48 hours to name names. Tell us who those lawmakers are. And now Akpabio has written to the House, and he said, "Don't wait till I talk with that too." Gbajabiamila says Akpabio wrote to clarify that he was talking about constituency projects. He wasn't saying contracts had gone to lawmakers. He was saying that the monies, the contracts, were for their constituency projects. And I want to know, is that what you heard? Is that what you heard? Wait, let me play it for you again. Because, is that what you heard?
Thank you, Honourable Member. Your question is very germane. Niger Delta Development Commission, because of the fact that we are doing forensic audit, the NDDC plays a vital role in ensuring the peace and security of the region. And 90% or more of the resources of the country on a monthly basis comes from there. If you close it down in totality, all you have will be chaos. And you have a lot of, not just militancy, but you have a lot of insurrection. So it is important that people who have gone to court, people who genuinely did jobs, should be paid for their jobs. So for me, I'm not against it because, of course, who are even the greatest beneficiaries? It's you people now.
Okay.
Because if you look at your chairman,
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, that's okay.
No, can I ask you that question? What is the benefit that the National Assembly is benefiting from?
It's okay.
Are you asking me the benefit of National Assembly?
Yes, you just said.
I just told you that we have record to show that most of the contracts in NDDC are given out to members of National Assembly, but you don't know about it.
It's okay.
The two chairmen can explain to you. That is why I was a member. I was a member of the NDDC committee.
It's okay.
Wait, you were a member of the NDDC and lot of you were a member of the NDDC in the 8th Assembly, and are you telling me that lots of jobs were awarded to you as a member?
No, this is a problem. That's why I said you must.
Then you have the right to accuse people. Then why can't you bring up
Can you please
people
listen
that?
to me? One of the chairmen
If
also.
you were not awarded a contract, then why are you coming here that you are aware that you were a member of the NDDC and lots of contracts were awarded to you? You said I'm not aware. I'm telling you that. Bring up those dates.
May I inform my honourable sister that is why we have to change.
Honourable Minister, please. It's okay. That is okay.
But let me explain.
No, it's okay.
Let me explain.
It's okay.
Now.
It's okay.
You must not allow the two
It's
chairmen to
okay.
access the budget every
It's
year.
okay. Up your mic. It's okay.
Off
your mic, Honorable Minister.
You are like me. I was a member like you. I did not know what was going on.
Honorable Minister.
Yes,
it's
Mr.
okay.
Chairman, yes, Chairman.
You guys sit down. Sit down. It's okay.
Genuinely did job. Niger Delta Development Commission. For me, I'm because of the fact that we are doing forensic audit. The NDDC plays a vital role in ensuring the peace and security of the region. And 90% or more of the resources of the country on a monthly basis comes from there. If you close it down in totality, all you have will be chaos. And you have a lot of, not just militancy, but you have a lot of insurrection. So it is important that people who have gone to court, people who genuinely did jobs, should be paid for their jobs. So for me, I'm not against it because of course, who are even the greatest beneficiaries? It's you people now.
Okay.
Because if you look at your chairman,
contracts that the NDDC are giving out to members of the National Assembly. I had to play the entire clip for you again so that you will not say that I cut out anything or I edited anything. So let me ask you, in that clip, do you think Akpabio was talking about general constituency projects awarded to legitimate contractors? Or do you think he was talking about contracts given to lawmakers directly, which, by the way, is an offense? Because Bajabiamila says that Akpabio wrote to clarify that he was talking about constituency projects. He wasn't saying that contracts had gone to lawmakers. He was saying many of those contracts were for their constituency projects. In that clip, what did you hear? And let me point out that he told Honorable Boma Goodhead that the contracts were being given and she was not aware. Now, if what he said in the letter is true, is he suggesting that constituency projects were being given out secretly and a member of the House of Reps was not aware? Not too much grammar for this one. You heard Akpabio for yourself. You heard him twice. Do you agree with his letter that he was talking about constituency projects? 0700-993-993-993 0700 993 993. Yes, you can talk to us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. We have a lot of tweets that I'm going to be getting to in a minute. We've also got Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3, where if you were watching, you saw footage for yourself of that infamous panel that happened on Monday. Wisdom is on the line. Hello, Wisdom.
The Lord bless you, my sister.
Bless you as well.
Yeah, I tried to speak with your colleague Joyce concerning the same matter, but it's not possible.
You're here now. Go ahead.
But yeah. You know, the only thing I want to tell Nigerians, you know, these people, they are no longer honorable. They are horrible ministers. I'm sorry to use this language, but I'm telling you it's the truth. You see, Akpabio, you ask a question, say, are you the only person that hear what he said? Because in the afternoon when Joyce was there, Joyce he said that he's waiting patiently to see what is going on, what he's going to say, how he's going to bring the name of the so I'm trying to call him to tell him that finally nothing will come out of these things. That money has gone, it has gone. So Nigerian people will continue to suffer.
I see. Okay. Even though you're about to pay extra 6% on tax for your house rent, that may also go the way of
that's why these people, they go away with everything they do.
Are you not a Nigerian? Why are you not talking?
Sandra, let me tell you once again, my father suffered in the hands of these Nigerians. I suffer. I pray that my child will not suffer again.
How are you going to make sure that your child doesn't suffer? Will it end with prayer, or are you going to do something?
It's a very good question. This is the hour. You know, when you build a house and there's no solid foundation, at time to come, the house is going to collapse. I'm the one to call you yesterday, but you didn't agree what I'm saying. But I'm just telling you again, Nigeria is going to break up.
All right, Wisdom. Thank you for calling me. We've got Daniel on the line. Hello, Daniel. Are you still there? Oh, Daniel isn't there anymore. But I want to get on Twitter. We've got lots and lots and lots and lots of thoughts on Twitter. Twitter is at Nigeria Info FM. I'm also going to come to Facebook. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. On Twitter, we've got somebody who did a breakdown for us. I like that you did that. Dolany Robert, he says, FIRS to begin implementation of 6% stamp duty on rent, which is to be paid by tenants. It means that as a new tenant in Lagos, for example, you will pay the following before moving into the house. Number 1, rent. Number 2, agency fee, 10% of rent. Number 3, legal agreement, 10% of rent. Number 4, stamp duty, 6% of rent. Let me break it down for us. So if you are moving into an apartment and your rent is 300,000 naira yearly, you will pay the following as total package. Rent, 300,000 naira. Agency, 10% of rent is 30,000 naira. Legal, 10% of rent is 30,000 naira. Stamp duty, 6% of rent is 18,000 naira. Total is 378,000 naira. Some agents demand more percentage as their agency fee. And the question that I've been asking since the first story is, do you think that this new tax will force Nigerians to demand better service delivery from those that they are paying salaries to steer this country right? Do you think that's going to happen? We've got John on the line. Hello, John.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sandra.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. These people, what I have to say, these people, they don't mean well to Nigerians. They don't mean well to us, for us at all. I'm telling you the fact. Even they let them, they even want to be collecting everything without rendering any service. They cannot render any better service to Nigerians. They are there for their own selfish interests. See what they are doing. See the money they are packing up and down. That means they just want us to be paid so they can continue to stealing and stealing and stealing without any service. It's uncalled for. It's unfair.
When I started talking about that first story, I told you about something that happened during the independence movement in the United States. They had a slogan, right? No taxation without representation. The idea was when people pay tax, they demand that government works for them. Do you think that now, instead of just complaining, we are actually going to start demanding that government works for us?
We will not have any say. Even though you pay 100%, you will not have any say. Because they will raise up soldiers, army everywhere to shut you up. Anybody that wants to protest, in the United States now, you can protest. One man, you can do one man protest.
It wasn't always like that. It wasn't always like that in the US. Before
you cannot do any sorry, I'm coming.
Go ahead.
You cannot do any peaceful protest in Nigeria and go. They must have one way to the other to shoot somebody.
Right now in the US, peaceful protesters are being arrested with armored tanks. It's not stopping people from going out to protest.
But dear people, even their leaders, they know the good things to do.
And yet they're being arrested.
They are greedy. We don't have leaders here. We don't have leaders here.
But yet you continue to pay them. But yet you continue to pay them your hard-earned salary, your hard-earned sweat. You're paying them that, and you're just complaining. Yet if you pay half of what you're paying as tax to say a MTN or Glo or anybody, and they don't give you your airtime, you keep disturbing them until they give you your airtime. Why don't we do the same for leaders?
How will you? Okay, no. Okay, now in that United States you mentioned, now you can walk into any local government and see the chairman and see the minister and talk and complain your complaint. But here, who you see?
Why does it not happen here? Why? Why can you not walk in and meet anybody here?
Okay,
have you demanded it? Have you demanded it and didn't get it?
Yes. Okay, for instance, I want to cite an instance now. For instance, now, they ban tricycle and Okada in Lagos State. Now, okay, people went to protest. Going to they bar everybody not to enter anywhere. Nobody even say anything up till now. Even before the lockdown, the tricycle I was being banned. in Lagos State. And people were suffering before that time, and there was lockdown again. People are suffering. Those people are suffering double. Now nobody's saying anything. Nobody's talking about them, and they will keep on. They will rise up again and be collecting from them again, and nothing is being done. Nobody. We cannot. We just pray that God. It's only God that will help us. My sister, it's only God that will help. These people, they are devil.
John, thank you so much for calling me. It's only God that will help us, John says. It's only God that will help us, John says. Now, you pay your hard-earned money. As in, before you move into a house in Lagos now, you go pay agency, you go pay maintenance, you go pay every, you go pay legal, you go pay, that's it. So agency, legal, maintenance, and now on top of those three, you go pay stamp duty, 6%. But it's only God that will help us. And in that house, the road to that house, no good, though. The road to that house, no good. You don't get running water for that house. Now, borehole you use inside that house. Light, no day. But it's only God that will help us. On top your own sweat. Imagine, say, bank debit your money. And you don't see that money for how many days? Not before bank you go to sleep. They say, pay me my money until they pay you that money. If they say, go today, come tomorrow, you will keep going until you collect that money. Private entity. Where you know they pay salary. But this one now, people where they pay salary with that tax where you pay. That tax where you pay, now they pay their salary. But it's only God that will help us. Okay. Let me go to WhatsApp. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. We've got Ondo from Ojodu who says, God will judge this government and their generation yet unborn. Tell me one good thing that this government has done for the common man. We're paying for stamp duty. PHCN has also increased their charge based on the new tariff. GoTV subscription has increased. Now house rent tax. God will judge them. This is why they destroyed Nigeria Labour Congress. God will judge them. God will surely judge them. Well, GoTV is a private entity, so they can decide to raise their bill if they like. It's not by force to use it. You can watch NTA. We've got Ade from Ebute Meta who says, it's been confirmed. Okay, no, I'm not going to take that message. Sandra, who did this? Well, thank you for deleting that message. I would have yabbed you. We've got Omar from Ikpaja who says, everyone heard it clearly what he said. So why is he now denying what he said openly? Before we know it now, this matter will just die like every other matter in the past. What a country. Money that goes to fund NDDC also comes from the tax you pay. Maybe you know. And we have a minister who's gaslighting the entire nation, and yet a lot of people who are messaging me are saying God will help us. Okay. Aaron in Apapa says, I suggest that Nigeria Info should lead the protest against the payment of that rent. Nigeria Info is a media organization. We can't lead protests. We're there to cover the protests when you do it. We've got Femi from Agbara who says, this is typical of all Nigerian politicians. Their integrity and character are usually questionable. Akpabio is a typical example. Doesn't he know that in this present age and time, such lies as this cannot be fed to the people again, because almost all the phones in the country have that video? Sandra, there's no need for you to play that video. We have it already. At the end of the day, nothing will happen to any of the accused party. Abby, this day and age, there's video evidence, right? But you see that video evidence. Will you do anything about it? No. It will gaslight you as an entire country. Will you do anything about it? No. Let me move you to Ibadan for our third story. In our third story, police recorded themselves sexually harassing a woman. They appear to video themselves sexually harassing a woman. If you're watching online at the moment, I'm about to play the video for you. But if you are listening right here on air, here's what transpired in that video.
Yeah, face me. Stand up. I will date you. Face me. If you cover your face, CCTV camera go carry you. TV go carry you. All the station, I swear. All the station. Everybody will carry. What I go do for you? Stand up. kí kan lélẹ̀. Oya stand up. Máa sọ fún yẹn kí n gbọ́. Máa dé tí rọ́bà torí yẹn ti yí. Stand up. Ibo làwọn family ẹ wà? Ibo. Kí lorúkọ ẹ? Kí lorúkọ ẹ? Ẹ? Ọlá. Ibo ló ń gbé? Ẹ? Ó ti ṣe tí ẹ ti bá ibo lẹ wà látàárọ̀ gbàdé jáde láàárọ̀ ibo lẹ yọ. Níbo? Níbo? Ó mú kí yẹn dání sí náà. Ó yá go and ó ní yẹn lẹ̀lẹ̀. Ó yá sọmọ lọ sọmọ ìdí Chris. Wọ́n máa ní kẹ́ yé ṣàrìsọ ẹ̀ kì í gbọ́ràn.
Ní ṣàrìsọ.
Ẹ bá lọ jẹ́ sí.
Mo ní tẹ́lẹ̀ máa ṣe gbọ́mọ̀rẹ́
ní ọlọ́run. Boyfriend tó ń dún tẹ́lẹ̀ kí ló tó filẹ̀? Orólè ó tẹ̀lé. Orí pé tiẹ̀ ti bàjẹ́. Gbogbo nǹkan ló máa gbé nìṣó. Kí ló ṣí bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn? Bọ̀bọ̀ tó ń fẹ́ kí ló ṣílẹ̀ fún tó tẹ̀lé àmọ́ rẹ̀.
Mo ní boyfriend. Ẹ̀wọ̀ tẹ bá check fún mi ṣé mo ti fún yín fún mi.
O ní boyfriend.
Ọlọ́run mo ṣe kọ́pà ni mi mo ṣe lọ gba certificate mi ní ọjọ́ ní ìjẹta gan ni mo ṣe gba certificate.
Ibo ló ti wá pàdé ẹjọ́ ló pàdé.
Ọlọ́run ọ̀nà PCJ ibi tí mo gbé ni mo ti pàdé ẹjọ́.
So kí ló dé tó wá sáré fọ́ fún? Kí ló dé tó sáré fọ́ fún? Kí ló dé tó wá sáré fọ́ fún?
He told me everything about his business. I said, please.
Pé kí ni máa dá mi lóhùn nǹkan tí mo bí ẹ? Ó lóun ṣe kí ni? Dọ́wọ́ pé píkẹ́tà ti bá bí ẹ máa dá mi lóhùn. Tó bá dá mi lóhùn yẹn ló máa bí mi nú. Kí ló sọ fún ẹ pé òun ṣe?
Ó sọ pé òun ṣe kí ló forúkọ ẹ̀? Òun ṣe coke, òun ṣe drinks ní Ìbàdàn. Dayazeo.
Má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ.
Ó lóun ṣe drinks, òun tọ́wọ́ sales drink.
Níbo?
Ní Leko. He said he just got here. That he come for one day, a project like that.
Kò sọ fẹ́ pa àmúrọ̀bà lóhùn àbí?
Mo dára.
O ti nápa lóhùn. O ti lọ.
O ti rí mọ́tò àbí? O ti rí mọ́tò.
Tọ́ bá sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ máa tẹ̀lé. Èèyàn kọ́kọ́ ló dìsàjẹ́ ibo ló wà? Ẹni tó dìsàjẹ́ ibo ló wà? Kò lówó lọ́wọ́. Ẹni tó dìsàjẹ́ ibo ló wà?
Ọlọ́run, he broke up with me himself. I swear to God.
Kí ló ṣe fún tó fi
Amanja every time.
Ṣé kò wá dúró tì í àti problem tó fara ẹ̀ ń sìsẹ́ olú dájú? Kọ́ ẹ máa jọ máa jà kẹ́ máa parí ẹ̀. Àti
iṣẹ́ bí tẹ́mẹ́ lóun ò fẹ́ yàn mọ̀ ṣe bó máa ní kékeré.
Òun kọkùnrin ni tó bá kọkùnrin.
Mo fi Ọlọ́run bá ṣe lérí iṣẹ́ máa wọ fún mi. Online mo ṣe tó Ọlọ́run ní ẹ̀yẹ mo ṣe disvirgin and which is I'm 25 years old. I swear and this show my spoil didn't date anybody. I swear to God. I swear to Almighty God. Unibadan ni mo lọ. Unibadan ni mo lọ. Bọ̀lẹ́ mi déètì gbogbo nǹkan tí mo ṣe.
Kí ló wá wá dọ̀dọ̀ bọ̀?
Ó dàbí fíìmù lójú mi ni.
Kí ló wá wá dọ̀dọ̀ bọ̀?
Ó dàbí fíìmù lójú mi.
Kí ló wá dọ̀dọ̀ bọ̀ bọ̀ yìí? Ó kà á. Tí ò bá ló máa gbọ́ mi, ká ní kò lówó lọ́wọ́ tí ò ní mọ́tò. Ìbéèrè ló kó sápò yẹn tí ò bá ní lọ́wọ́ sí wà tẹ̀lé.
Wọ́n láì tẹ̀lé kò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀.
Èmi torí owó ló ti déètì.
Wọ́n láì torí pé mo ní bísíǹsì mo ṣe mo tabata lọ́lọ́run fẹ́ra lọ́wọ́ mi.
Ìyẹn ló gbà wọlé iṣẹ́ lára.
Wọ́n láì tẹ̀lé Ọlọ́run bá gbọ́ ẹ̀dẹ̀ jẹ́ márìkọ́d mi mo fọlọ́ bá.
Kí lè rí èsì tó ṣe wá sùn tì mọ́jú torí agbọ́pọ̀ ẹjọ́ sùn mọ́jú ẹjọ́ jáde láàárọ̀ inú.
Wọ́n lẹ́ mo fi àdúrà ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ lọ bèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó wà ní gate. Àárọ̀ ẹ̀ mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé. Ó dẹ̀ ní kí wá help òun dáná ni. I swear to God Almighty.
Sọ wọ́n sì pé ó ẹ̀ dókó láti bàjẹ́ tí wọ́n ránṣẹ́ kò tí ì bá ẹ̀ sùn torí ó máa sọ tó bá dẹ̀ parọ́ máa fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pa.
I swear to God.
Ó ti bá ẹ̀ sùn àbí ó ti bá ẹ̀ sùn?
It was today that he tried to. I swear to God Almighty.
Try to omi ẹ̀ pé.
Ẹ tí àti bára yín sùn lénìí. Tí n bá bí tó bá lẹ ti dóra yín lénìí kọ́ kí ni kí n ṣe fún ẹ. Máa wo ẹṣin tọmọ mi lọ rà yé máa wo ẹṣin mo ṣe kí n lẹ̀ àwọn kan tọmọ mi rí lélẹ́yìí tó ṣe fọ́ o ẹ̀wọ̀n sílé ọlọ́ kidnapper amrọ̀bà yìí sì náà wẹ́ ṣe bó ṣe dúró Wyclef ó rí kọ́ báyà láyà ẹ̀ mo mú bí adìyẹ. This is Wyclef I catch her like fowl. Bàárò bá dá ọlọ́ máa wo Gbóyèga ọmọ mi àwọn good team tí mo ní kò sọmọ náà ọlọ́ máa wẹ́ sí o ọlọ́ ayédùn jẹgàn ọlọ́ ayédùn jẹgàn ó mu sí mọ́tò sí ẹṣin ó ti kó bára ẹ̀ live and direct. Kí lorúkọ ẹ?
Mi léyàn dání mo
Kí ló fẹ́ kí n ṣe fún ẹ báyìí?
Ọlọ́run mi ìyẹn.
Gbà kí. Kí ló fẹ́ kí n ṣe fún ẹ?
Ọlọ́run ṣá mi ò rẹ́mi.
Ṣé bá tó sẹ́sì ò ní gbà o? Wà ní mi lówó lọ́wọ́.
Mi kì í ṣe rẹ̀. Ọlọ́run mi kì í ṣe rẹ̀.
Ṣé bá tó sẹ́ wà ní mi ní mọ́tò? Àbí? Wyclef ti mú ẹ Ọlọ́run. Wyclef ya wèrè gan.
Mo yẹ láyé mi.
Oya face me. Face me. Face me. You dey craze. You dey cover your face. Face me. Stand up.
Between these police officers and that young woman in Ibadan. For those of you who don't understand Yoruba, let me summarize that conversation for you. Yes, I'm the one now translating for you. I'm now on Omoeko. So the police raided a compound to arrest a man that they suspect is an armed robber and a kidnapper. And they found this woman in or near his apartment. She apparently came to visit him. And based on this alone, the officers started harassing her. First, they tell her that she is in trouble because she's visiting a suspect. They accuse her of being a sex worker. They accuse her of following man because of flashy car. They say she has a boyfriend at home who she's cheating on because he's poor. They start to ask her very personal questions about her sex life, like whether she's a virgin and when she lost her virginity and why she left the man that disvirgined her. And then invariably, the harassment moves to propositioning. One of the officers starts saying things to her like, if I ask you out now, you refuse because I don't have a car. I'm not rich. And all of this recorded by the police officers. For whatever reason, they decided to record this particular harassment. And somehow, this video got onto social media and it went viral. And there was an outcry online, and now the police command is stepping in. Here's what the official police handle tweeted. Quote, the Inspector General of Police has ordered discreet investigations into the circumstances surrounding the dehumanizing treatment meted out to a female citizen in the above viral video. The IGP, while condemning the act, has directed the commencement of comprehensive investigations aimed at unraveling the true identity of the perpetrators with a view to bringing them to justice. Members of the public are hereby assured that any member of the force found culpable in the incident will be made to face appropriate sanctions. End quote. That's the official position of the police. The IG condemns the action, wants to find out who the police officers are. And we see one of the faces of the police officers on the video. If you were watching on Facebook, you saw it for yourself. We heard them call each other by their names. We know it's in Ibadan. So I'm guessing the police command should be able to find out from the stations in Ibadan exactly who these officers are. But like I said, we're just lucky that this particular harassment happened on video. What about all the other women who get sexually harassed by police officers without a camera? What about those who are sexually assaulted and raped? Last year I told you about the raids in Abuja on women who were just minding their business on the road. Police called them prostitutes, detained them. Many of them were raped as a condition for their freedom. So while they're beating up the men, like the ones in Ikoku 4, while they're beating up the men, for the women, they're raping them. In fact, I even told you about a female police officer in River State during the Ikoku 4 that sexually harassed one of the male inmates. So clearly, within the police force, there appears to be widespread sexual harassment and sexual abuse. What's behind it? How can it be tackled? 0700 993 993 993. What do you think of what you just heard? What do you think about what the police did to that young woman? Why do you think this type of sexual harassment is so rampant with the police? Do you have any experience with it? Do you know anybody who has experience with this? Is there anything we can do about it? Or is this just one more problem that God will help us solve? 0700 993 993 993. There's also WhatsApp available. WhatsApp is 080-959-75825. And we've got Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. We've got Mike in Festac. Hello, Mike.
Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this story you just put through now is that, in fact, like exactly in Festac here, we are going through the same problem. If you talk of police in Lagos State, Festac police is different from other police. Once they see you dress fine, or you are going on with a clean car, you are going out with a clean car, even if they don't know if you are the owner of the car or something like that, they will start harassing you, disturbing you, calling you a Yahoo boy. The next thing, they will take you to the nearest bank, because what they normally do before, but people will just transfer money to one of their member accounts, but they discover that through that account that people are using it against them. So what they normally do, they will just take you to the nearest bank. They will ask you to use your own ATM, withdraw money and give it to them. You understand? So I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised, and in fact, I don't know what to say.
Thank you for calling, Mike, to say it. 99.3.
Yeah, Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Yeah, you have Miss Samba online.
Hello, Miss Samba.
Please, Sandra, this morning I'm with Nigeria Info, and I have followed all the whole program, and I have heard all people who have been calling this radio station. They are the full citizens of this country. Sandra, a man or a woman who wears shoes know where the shoe is staining him or her. We are enough of all these things in this country. Enough is enough. Why is it that anybody who call about the separation, they are normally cut off? We are this country.
All right, I'm going to cut you off as well. If you're calling for the separation of this country, go and do it on your social media platform. Don't do it on my air. All right, because I'm not an advocate for the separation of the country. Let me go to WhatsApp where we've got comments. WhatsApp 080-959-75805. Tony from Birmingham, Alabama says Nigerians should not allow politicians drive them crazy with their double talk. All they know is raising one distraction after another, pure and simple. As long as Nigerians refuse to leave their comfort zone and fight for their rights, so long the politicians will continue to milk them without stop. All right, we've got more messages on WhatsApp. When pepper enter your eye, you don't need anybody to cry for you. Nigerians have not suffered yet. When the suffer enter body, everybody will rise up by force. Ugo from Isolo says. Lagos, that's where we wrap up the big three today. But I'm not going to go until I've taken a few comments from Twitter. Twitter is Nigeria Info FM. It's quite unfortunate about this police harassment issue. That's what failed systems bring. Lack of good structure, no more professionalism, rather corruption. If their seniors have always checkmated their attitude and professionalism, they will not be this decade. We've got more people sending us messages. Joke Some Fun says those policemen should be arrested and prosecuted. Let's bring you some extraordinary Nigerians, right? These extraordinary Nigerians will wash away the bitter taste of some of the terrible stuff that can happen here. It's always a mixed bag on Nigeria Info. We bring you some good, we bring you some bad, and we bring you some very, very good. And League of Extraordinary Nigerians is very, very good. So stay right here. That conversation's coming right up. I am Sandra Ezekwesili.
This is Hard Facts.